Hello guys, welcome to your second C++ tutorial. Today we're going to be actually writing some code, so get ready. And I haven't been able to release the previous two tutorials in 2 days. Basically we had nasty rain the other day, so I couldn't get any quiet time to make the second tutorial, which is this one. So I'm going to be releasing 3 videos today, so that at least we cover up what we're supposed to do for the last weeks. And also I didn't mention something. I'll be putting a GitHub a link to the GitHub repo, where you can get all the code that we are writing and download it in case you don't want to write the codes, or you want to just download it whilst following the lesson or the tutorial. So basically today we're going to write our first program, and before we do that, I just realized some of you don't know what an IDE is, so I will take some time to explain and show you how to download that. Basically I think I'm just gonna put the link in the description as well, so that you can get it to download. You can just go to that link, click on it, and you get to download straight away. So basically an IDE is an integrated development environment that is used to write programs and execute them. Basically, if without the IDE, what we could do to execute our programs when we write them would be to go to the terminal and then reference our compiler to look to certain directories and then decompile the code, or compile the code for us. Compile the code for us to now execute them as executable, since the code you just wrote is a .c++, it's not an executable file. So basically an IDE helps us do that. You don't have to go through all that trouble. You just write your code and you click a button and then it does all that stuff for you. So basically today we're going to be using I'll be using Dev C++ IDE. It's a free software and very easy to use and very easy to download as well. So basically I've been using it for quite some time, and I'll be using it also for some of the tutorials, maybe the first half. I don't know if it's the first half, but when I get to classes object-oriented programming, I will prefer to use C Lion instead of Dev C++, but that's preference. I like to use that one for a big project instead of Dev C++. So basically you go to, well, the description is down the link is down in the description, so you go there and you grab that link. Just click on that link. It's going to take you straight to the page and download it straight away for you. So I will skip that part since I already have it downloaded. I will basically double to install this so that we move faster. So basically you just when your setup is done downloading, you install it. This is the normal way of installation, just how we install every other program. Very simple. Click okay, next, and install it. Yes. So now it's going to install. I'll just pause this video so that when the installation is done, I'll resume. I think it will be painful for me to sit and watch this progress bar progress all the way to the end, so I will just pause that right here whilst it does its job. When it's done, we'll continue from there. Okay guys, so welcome back. Mine is done. Let me cover my desktop before you guys look at it too much. So mine is done. I'll just click. I'll run Dev C++. I want to run it right now. So it's done. I'll click on that and see what we get. Okay, there we go. So that's really interesting. I went straight to the application. Okay, but nonetheless it's supposed to give you a pop-up where you just press next and next. You don't I guess it's because I had mine installed already, so I don't have to. Just went straight to pick up some of the files and give me this. So basically you will see, if it's your first time you see a screen, you just click next, and I would like to go and do some configurations, which this old one is still also holding. So basically you go to, if you want to change the editor, how your editor looks, yours will be probably some white screen and some aqua as a highlight current color. So you want to change that. Basically you go to tools and editor options. I have done that for mine. I've changed my color to this particular color. Checks on the tab indent automatically indents, and the size should be 4. That's per my case. You can change it if you want to. Then the colors, I pick twilight as my theme. So basically that's the preference that I use, and I like it. So yes, this is it. So now we are ready to write our first program. I will go ahead and open a new file, or yes, a new file if you like. You can click on this, then you click on this particular item here, or you press Ctrl N on your keyboard, which I personally like to use or prefer to use. So the first thing I want to do is include a header here. Include iostream, a standard header that is required. Let me increase my, yes, a standard header that is required by C++ compiler to execute its programs. So this is a header that is also used in C and aids in us writing our program, especially controlling the input and output streams. So basically it's required. Just feel free to put it, just drop this one before you start writing your code. Now the next one I want to add is a namespace. I will be using a particular namespace here, using namespace std. Okay, now this namespace contains certain classes and functions that we'll be using in the future and just in a moment. And namespace, you might be confused right now, what's the namespace? Basically, we haven't done namespaces yet. We'll do that in the later parts of this series, but let me just explain it real quick. Now a namespace is think of a surname, okay, that people get. Say in the same class, if we're in the same class and we had 2 people of the same name bearing the same name, say Aaron, in the same class. Now what could happen is, anytime the lecturer wants to ask Aaron a question, now he wants to ask one of the Aarons a question, but he doesn't know their surnames. What will happen when that happens? Okay, when he says Aaron, answer this question, now basically the whole class, including the lecturer, the students that are supposed, the Aaron, the 2 Aarons, they are going to be confused as to who this Aaron, the lecturer is referring to. Which Aaron is it? So basically the lecturer could do that, could specify that by adding their surname, by adding my surname to the Aaron, and that will make me unique. And if we had the same surname, there would probably be a name or something, particular identifier that would differ or differentiate the 2 of us that he's going to use. So think of namespaces that way. They are used to differentiate classes, functions, or methods, or variables of the same name. Okay, it's just as easy as that. That's just how it is. And we are going to use this particular namespace, this std namespace. And the next one is a function I'm going to add. This is a function. Today I'm learning a lot of stuff, so I'll return 0 here. And then so here, this is a function, a fully functional function right now. And this is it's a standard program that we've just finished writing right now. Now let me explain this function part. Now this is a function, this is the return type of the function, this is the function name, and the return type here is an integer. Then the function name is called main, which is identified by C++ compiler, and the parameters inside, what is within here, it's void. Since there's nothing here, there are no parameters, so it's a void one. Now we return 0 at the end of our program execution. Remember I said this is our main execution point. Yes, if you write any code, any classes, no matter how complex you make your program, if you don't have this simple int main here, your main function, your program will basically look at your code and sit there and look at you. It won't do anything. Okay, so this is very important. This is our main execution point, and C++ compiler would always start to execute your code from here. It can look at your code to see if there is anything, just go through it, but when it's going to execute it from here, if all the libraries or all the required headers are used, it's going to pop inside the main and now start to execute your program. So if it needs a function, then it goes out to look for that particular function. So basically, I'm going to write a classic code here to tell us something, since the first in the child or first baby born is said that intrigues the parents or makes them happy is the first word to be pronouncing their names, maybe daddy or mommy. Is so cool. But here I'm just gonna write some greetings over that. Greetings. Okay, greetings coders. I think this is simple. I don't want to just waste time on outputting some stuff. And after that we will end line ENDO. Good. So this is end line. Don't actually go and type the whole end line stuff. No, that's not accurate. So basically this cout, console out, or console output is going to pop this thing out to the console for us to see. It's going to tell, this is just going to spit this stuff out into the console for us to look at it. Now the end line part flashes the memory after buffering all these letters or characters through it. So basically it cleans it, the end line cleans the memory and moves to the next line for us. So it calls a flash function called flash, or this flash here could be used to do the same, perform the same function, but the end line calls the flash as well. So we'll just use the end line, which is we'll be using most of the time here. So this is the classic program that we've written. I will execute this and then demonstrate something to you about the namespace here, how namespaces can implement and it can change for you. So but I'm going to, okay, I already have a file called greetings, so I'll override this file here, greetings.cpp. Now remember to put the .cpp, especially those using a different editor. I think dev C++ would definitely put use the extension .cpp, but people using code blocks, you should be careful to put the .cpp, since it might put .c, which will not support, some of your programs won't compile and it will give you an error. You might not know where it's coming from, so be careful on that one. Yes, I want to overwrite it. So basically this is my first program. Yes, greetings coders, and that is an awesome program, right? It's beautiful. You can just write letters, write just a letter to your girlfriend, a letter to my boyfriend, using this particular thing, cout, and you pop the whole letter here and you execute it, make that your program, send it to your girlfriend, please execute this, execute over your machine. She does it. Oh, you're so nice. Okay, well, I don't think that ever works though. I haven't tried it. No, I haven't tried it, but it's don't think I've tried some, but it's no, I haven't tried it, but I don't think it really works now. Maybe in the olden times, but not now. So yes, the std. Now we could do something. I'm commenting, this is commenting the particular line, this whole line, single line commenting. You do that with a double slash. Now what we could do here without this, now let's try to compile this without the namespace there. See, it says cout was not declared in this scope, and you also came down to say ENDL was not declared in this scope. It can't find these. These are just ordinary words that we are looking at, because it doesn't know where to look at them. It's look through here, there's nothing of this sort it's supposed to find. So basically what you're supposed to do is, if you don't want to use the using namespace here, what you can do is just prepend this particular statement here, std and the double colon here, and you do same for this one. But see how painful that is. It means that for every code or every cout, cin, or ends line program that you'll be using, or flash or ENDO, you will have to use to prepare this particular thing on it. So if you are using it 1,000 times, you do that, you prepare this 1,000 times. That's painful, and if you miss a single one, that means it's not going to know where to pick that from, and that will give us an error, a nasty error, as we saw in the other one, C++. Okay, so this is it, our program is running. C++ errors sometimes tend to just defy or try to insult you in a way, since you can get just a simple error top there, it will list the rest of the stuff down for you. So yes, this is how you're supposed to implement it. Or another way we could do this is, let me clean this up. Another way we could do this is come here and use them separately, use the classes within the namespace separately. So I'll use std, yes, and the class within it I'll use cout. Good. So the next one, using the std again, and this time around I'll put ENDO. Good. Now with this I'll save it and compile and run. This will also work fine. This is the same way exactly. Greetings coders. So here we are just using the specific classes out of the same the namespace. We're just calling them out. So if there's another thing, like we're using the C in console input, we could have used that same thing here. But why write all these codes when you could just use one single line of code to make your work and life easier for you? So basically this is it, and that is the end of this program, and this is our very first program. I hope you guys enjoy this one, and feel free to hit the like button. Even if you didn't enjoy it, just like it, and also subscribe for later videos. And today, as I said, I'll be releasing 3 videos today, since I have missed the previous days because of some 1 or 2 issues. So I will post this and the codes. From now going, I'll put all of the codes that I write in GitHub, and the download button or the link to get to my repo will be right down there, and you can go just click on it to go there and download it or clone it to your desktop. You can clone the entire repository to your desktop, so that anytime I push and commit stuff, you are just a pull away from it. So that is it for this tutorial, and I think have I said something? Okay, yes, and the download link will be down there in the description, so feel free to hit it and go and download your IDE. And that is it for this tutorial. I will see you guys in the next one, and be blessed, and peace out. I guess that's a standard thing. I mean, peace out, it sounds cool. Okay, just forget about the peace out, just forget about that one. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one.